Check, check, check. Hello, there we are. All right, hello and welcome to HODL Harmony, where the beat of the blockchain meets the rhythm of riches. Are you riding this crypto wave with me? Welcome to the new setup. I hope you like it here. Let's see. Hi. I am Tom Durante, the maestro. I am a crypto enthusiast who got into this wild world back in 2020 with just a GPU mining rig and a burning passion for passive income. I'm bullish on Bitcoin, Cardano, and Midday, but I also like taking profits with other coins when the opportunity presents itself. With my music background, that means I play music, and my background music, that means there's music playing right now. I did turn it down today. I bring a unique vibe to breaking down the crypto economy. Think of it as a soundtrack to your hodling journey. Here on HODL Harmony, expect videos, and now I'm going to do some daily videos with market updates, simple technical analysis to read the charts, wallet guides to keep your coin safe, stories from my ongoing mining journey, and practical crypto tips. Whether you're new or a seasoned hodler, I'm here to learn and grow with you. I may be a few years ahead of you on your journey, or I may not, but I'm no expert, just passionate. So as always, do your own research, and this is not financial advice. So before we get going here, I'll ask you a couple of things to help out the channel. Number one, hit that like button. Number two, smash the subscribe. Number three, poke the notification bell so you get notified whenever I put out new content. And number four, very important, share this show with everyone that you know. That'll help us grow for show. All right, so I'm on my big Mac Daddy computer here, and I've got some updates for you. And I'm going to read my little script, and we're going to look at the little charts, and we're going to be in, and we're going to be out. Are you ready? I'm ready. And a happy 420 to anyone that may partake. I'll drink coffee to that. All right, so this is episode 80. We are celebrating 1 year of HODL Harmony. I'm going to turn the microphone down because I am holding it because I'm a freakazoid. What can I say? We'll turn that down. Just as long as I don't look into the microphone like yesterday for no reason. All right, so today's title is Risk Off Monday. Large caps red, bottom 50 breath weakens. Rave and meme core manipulation narratives stay hot. So I'm going to tweak what it gave me today, but I'm just going to read it for today because I just wanted to get on. I didn't want to mess with it too much. So here's our quick intro. Midday check-in, the HODL Harmony fam. Majors are broadly red. Market breadth is weak. Broadly red. I'm not sure about that. Breadth is weak in the 50 to 100 bucket. So during the weekly look, I asked it to give me stuff in the top 50. And then I mentioned to it, my AI agent, who is it that I'm referring to, I asked it to focus on the bottom 100, right? Instead of the top 50, the bottom 50 of the top 100. And so it interpreted that and gave me everything based on that. So I have to go back and be like, actually what I meant was just the trivia is what I wanted out of the bottom 50. But anyway, we're just going to read the script today, and then we will tweak it and improve day by day. So, the biggest narrative remains credibility risks in high volatility tokens, while institutions keep adding size. Let's break it down fast. All right, so these are the trending headlines for right now. BitMine reportedly bought 101,627 ETH. The largest buy since December 2025. This keeps institutional accumulation narrative active. Japan is testing government bonds as digital collateral on Canton. This is tokenized finance rails. Keep advancing. All right. Zach XBT publicly pressed meme core on valuation and supply transparency. Accountability narrative is rising. And we have Ravecoin crash and manipulation concerns remaining active. Continued warning sign for speculative pockets. Okay. We've got Strategy, that's MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor's company, reportedly adding 34,164 Bitcoin. Their holdings are now above 800,000 Bitcoin and growing every day. Corporate Bitcoin concentration story intensifies. And the DeFi stress headlines continue after exploit-related liquidity outflows. All right, so our market snapshot. Let's see, it's giving it, price depends on what exchange you're getting your data from, and it can vary pretty wildly. So I'm looking at a price right now, and you can see it on your screen here of 75. What is that? I can barely see it, but you can see. So you're gonna zoom in. There we go. So 75,322, and then on my screen on TradingView, which I'm using. Not sure what exchange, it just says crypto. Maybe crypto.com. 75,574 just dropped to 72. And then the report that I just pulled, not even an hour, maybe an hour ago, was 74. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so 74,977, and we've had a big green candle since then. So that's all right. It's pretty accurate. I think I pulled it an hour ago when I was prepping. But I am doing more prep, so that's what it is. So Bitcoin is at 75,000 or so. It is down. I don't think that's right. Because I'm looking at a bunch of green candles right now. Down in 24 hours. Okay, so since 24 hours ago, which was when? 419. It's basically flat. Basically flat over 24 hours. All right, ETH 2291, basically flat. Everything's basically flat. Dropped overnight and came back up. I'm seeing some strong movement, so when we get to the charts, we'll see some of that. So I'm just going to read through these. Like I said, these are the bottom 50. It's not what I wanted to be the bottom 50. I just wanted top 5 gainers. I'm going to expand our top 5 gainers to the top 100. So we just get everything that we see that we can. All right. So anyway, the top 5 gainers in the bottom 50. That's the 50 through 100 ranking. Siren ranked 100, up 800. So it probably just hopped into the top 100. JST is ranked 87, up 4%, 4.20. Interesting. POL is at Polygon, ranked 71, up almost 2%. XDC ranked 89, up 1.2%, and BGB ranked 57, up just 0.25%. All right, top 5 losers from the bottom 50. Dexa ranked 85, down 8.8%. Hash / Provenance ranked 90, down 7.3%. Midnight ranked 94, down 4.8%. We'll take a look at that. JUP, ranked 92, down 4.8%, and Aave ranked 55, down 4.5%. Okay, so breadth and sentiment, right? Bottom 50 breadth, the width, everything that's included in that. I'm not sure why it's giving me this, but I'm just reading what's here. I'll change it later. 13 advancers, 36 decliners, and 2 unchanged. Okay, that's interesting. So out of the bottom 50, and now we're going to refine this and get it out of the top 100. Out of those, there's 13 advancing, 36 declining, and 2 maintaining. I bet you those are stable coins. Market cap share. Bitcoin is at 57.5%. ETH is at 10.6%. USDT is at 7.2%. Guess the crypto project. I like to do that when I have a big audience, or not a big audience, if I have anybody watching. And it just doesn't seem like anybody's catching the notifications today, but that's all right. We got 3 people watching. So if you're watching, say hello. Drop a line in the comment. I'll give you a trivia question for free anyway. Jeez. These. Okay, well, it's ranked in the 70s today. Yep. That's clue number 1 of the Guess the Crypto project. It's in the 70s today. All right, so like I said, we're just gonna come out here pretty quick. Let's see. So I'm asking it because one of the parts of my intro is technical analysis. And I mentioned yesterday that I don't really know much technical analysis. So I asked my AI bot to set me up with some ways to learn and to teach. So like I said, I'm here to learn and grow with you. So along with that, I said, hey, give me something that I can teach on stream and that we can learn and grow together. So we're just looking at the Bitcoin chart here. Let's see. These are hourly candles. Since we're in a flash update, you know what I mean? This is like market conditions right now. I will consent to lowering my time frame to a 15 minute. It's as far as I will go. It's as far as I will go. Okay, maybe the 5 minute. I like the way that looks. Yeah, that's not very pretty, but this is a little bit more pretty. All right, so this, I will consent to this. Okay, so I'm not really sure. Let me just put this into another AI and be like, what the heck? What is this talking about? You got to utilize all the AIs, my friends, all of them. Okay, so let's do this one here. Let me just put my microphone down. I'm gonna have to get a mic stand up in here. That's okay. So it's telling me about analysis technique of the day. The technique is breadth and dominance confirmation. So I have no idea what it's telling me, so I'm gonna put this into another AI to explain it. Explain what this is and why it's important. And then paste it, boom, yeah. Okay, so I'm getting a report here on technique of the breadth and the dominance confirmation. So step one is check breadth, B-R-E-A-D-T-H, the breadth, like the width of something, the amount of something in your target universe. Today's ranking is 50 to 100, so we're looking at the bottom 50. If the breadth is weak, so that means all of these, okay, so if the breadth is weak, it has more decliners than advancers. Avoid chasing single coin spikes. Okay, so you just look at a group, your target universe, look at a group. My AI, I've been updating stuff, so things are a little wonky right now. Let's go to a different one. But I think I've understood just by reading it, so that's good. But I just want a deeper understanding. Okay, boom. So I think I understood it as I was reading through it. So if the breadth is weak, avoid chasing single coin spikes. Confirm with dominance. Bitcoin dominance elevated to identify risk off rotation. So the practical read for today is broad weakness plus elevated BTC share means you stay selective and you prioritize risk control over breakout chasing. Okay, and let's get a little bit more in-depth analysis of what that means. Hey, look at that. You're looking at Grok. Get you over here and you can look at the charts. All right, so what each part actually means. Breadth, B-R-A-D-T-H, breadth. How many coins are in your chosen universe are actually moving together, okay? In this technique, the target universe, it says, is usually ranks 50 to 100. So in this, just because that's what it mentioned. These are the coins that are typically lead or confirm a real altcoin season. Okay, interesting. So I picked an interesting, just off the top of my head, just trying to mix it up, I picked something that was a decent lead on the market. But I'd like to expand it out to the top 100. You simply count advancers versus decliners in the group. Look at it as breadth indicator, like the number of coins up is greater than 1% versus down greater than 1% over a set period. And then weak breadth equals more decliners than advancers. The rally is narrow. Only a few coins are pumping while the majority are flat or falling. And then you check the dominance. Bitcoin dominance is the share of the total market cap owned by Bitcoin. When Bitcoin dominance is elevated or rising, money is rotating into Bitcoin and out of altcoins. Classic risk-off environment. Although, just a little caveat there, Bitcoin is still a risk-on asset. They're saying the altcoins are more risky than Bitcoin, so they're rotating out of risk-on assets into risk-off assets. But the risk-off asset that you're rotating into is still, relatively speaking, a risk-on asset, just to be clear. When Bitcoin dominance is falling, money is flowing into altcoins. Risk-on or alt-season environment. Okay, so within our crypto world, Bitcoin is the safe play. So altcoins are chasing profit, right? So they're risk on. So the practical read today: broad weakness in mid caps, elevated BTC dominance is to stay selective. This is your course of action. Stay selective and defensive. Prioritize risk control over breakout chasing. So that's just what it said. Why this technique is important. Crypto is extremely noisy. You'll constantly see one or two coins pumping 20 to 50% in a day while the rest of the charts look dead. Beginners and even many experienced traders FOMO into these spikes and get wrecked when the move reverses. Okay, so pro tip, maybe this is indicating a short position, you know? Just a thought that popped into my head. Breadth and dominant confirmation acts as a regime detector that answers the most important question before any trade. Is the overall market actually supporting this move, or am I just looking at a temporary rotation? Liquidity grab. So strong breadth and falling dominance is real risk-on environment. You can be more aggressive. Weak breadth, rising Bitcoin dominance is risk-off. Most breakouts will fail. Cash or BTC is usually safer. Or stablecoins. I'm not into stablecoins, but cash equals stablecoins. It's one of the fastest ways to avoid the classic altcoin trap. This coin is pumping. Why is my whole portfolio still red? Traders who use this filter consistently end up taking fewer but higher probability trades and dramatically reduce the number of "I got rugged on a fake out" moments. At first when I read this, I was like, this is stupid. What is this? But now, this is actually a really interesting technique, and it's just a very basic look at the market, and that kind of fits within my paradigm of what I like to do. That's really cool. It's not a fancy indicator with lines and arrows. It's purely market psychology and capital flow confirmation, which is why it's so effective in crypto. I will drink my butter espresso to that. Look, we're getting a nice solid move on our 5-minute candles. All right, let's see. Take this off without messing everything up. All right, so let's see what we've got here left to look at. I want to just take a look at our other coins here. We've got ADA. Okay, coming off of a little bit of a dump, starting to turn around the market. And we've got Knight. Knight is the contrarian to ADA. So whatever ADA, I mean, sometimes they go in correlation, but that is an observation. Is that whenever ADA is pumping, Knight is dumping, but I have a feeling it's going to turn around because Knight it's a layer. It's a partner chain of Cardano, so it's within the Cardano ecosystem. I had to think about that for a second. It's a partner chain, so it's part of the layer one, but you know, there's some liquidity between the two of them. So like people who hold ADA are usually gonna go into midnight. So, you know, they might be rotating out of ADA into Knight. So that's probably what you're seeing there. But now if we're turning around and we're seeing a broad market turnaround, then we might see some rotation. Everybody's starting to pick up. So who knows? All right, is that the end of my script? No, it is not. All right, so I wanted to take a look at a couple of things. So let's go here. Let's just go through this. What is all this? Oh, glass node. Okay. Home. Let's see. Dashboard. There we go. Oh, look at this. Okay. All right. So I got to get a little bit more in depth with some of this stuff because I don't know what I'm looking at. Let's see. See if Grok can help me. I noticed after watching my live stream last night, I noticed I didn't turn the music down when I started talking. So it was like, there were times when I was quiet and it was nice to have some music there. But overall, I think it was a little too loud. So gotta have the headphones on to monitor what's happening. I appreciate it. All right. So, what are we looking at here? Market overview. What does it got here? Other common sections. MVRV, is this in here? What am I looking at? Let me give it a screenshot to work off of. I just want to see what these are. Okay. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you like this new format. I'm going to try and be brief here and get off relatively soon. We had 28 minutes, is that right? Yeah, that sounds about right. So I'll get off here pretty soon here. All right, so here's a clear breakdown of the 6 charts that are visible on the Glassnode screenshot that I just provided. What is this? Standard candlestick OHLC chart. OHLC. Can you tell me what that means? Chart of Bitcoin's price in USD over the recent period. Green, red candle show. What is it? Technical? Bitcoin price. What is OHLC? I don't know. It's not telling me what this is. Baseline for everything else. Okay. So then we have the US spot ETF net inflows. Okay, I can understand that. Inflows or outflows, so we're getting a lot of inflows. Daily net inflows or outflows to spot Bitcoin ETFs like BlackRock's IBIT, Fidelity's FBTC. Dragon's Den, if you're around, remind me, you were telling me which one had a lower fee. I can't remember. I know one of them was new and up and coming and they were trying to undercut fees. So keep an eye out for that. If you are into stocks and you already have a brokerage account and you want to get into Bitcoin, this is what the ETFs are for. Okay, so the current read on this is mixed, but with several large green bars recently, interrupted by occasional red days. Yeah, it's back and forth. So then we have down here the Fear and Greed Index. Okay, and you can see we've been in pretty bad extreme fear, and now we're heading back up. So what does that say? What is it? The well-known crypto fear and greed index from alternative.me. Displayed via Glassnode. It combines volatility, volume, momentum, social media, and other factors into a single score from 0 to 100. Okay, so the current read is the index has been mostly in the fear zone. Stay hydrated. Get your daily dose. It recently dipped and is hovering in the lower range. Extreme fear often signals capitulation and potential buying opportunities. Extreme greed warns of euphoria and possible corrections. It's a contrarian sentiment. Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful. That's how it goes. All right, Bitcoin dominance. That's easy to understand, and you said we saw it was rising. Okay, the mean hash rate. All right, so we'll pop in and take some more looks at these as we go. I want to remind everyone about something that is super important, something that I adapted. I did not create this, but I've adapted it for my own use. This is the cash flow chart. This is something that you learn about when you listen to Robert Kiyosaki. He talks about the cash flow game, and basically what it is teaching you how to fill out a cash flow chart like this. So you work with your income, your expenses, your assets, and your liabilities. Over here, assets, liabilities. Okay, so whatever your income is, if you have a full-time job, you work that. If you're like me, now I own my own business, I work for myself, so my income streams are here. You know, I have various other side incomes that you get. Those will go in here. Anything that brings in money is income. All right, so you put that in here, and then you total it up. And then anything that costs you money, groceries, car, credit card payments, whatever costing you money, insurance. What else is in there? Just whatever costs you money, basically. Your mortgage, all of these things, power bill, whatever sends money out goes in that total, in that column. And then you separate your income from your expenses, and then you have whatever's left over. Okay, left to invest, or left to splurge, or left for ice cream, or whatever. Your assets. Okay, this is the part that might get a little bit confusing for people. Your house is not an asset. Your house is a liability, right? You have a loan against that house. You have a mortgage. It's not actively bringing in money. It's actively costing you money, so it's a liability. So assets would be things like physical gold and silver, like Bitcoin, cryptocurrency investments, brokerage accounts, interest in businesses, like if you have a portion of a business that you own. I'm just trying to think of what else it might be, but just big things that are valuable that don't cost you money. You know, like your brokerage account may have fees and things like that, but overall it's bringing you money or maintaining your value, right? So you hold assets to maintain your value. You don't hold assets to get rich or whatever. Like, I mean, yeah, that's part of it, but you're trying to maintain the spending power that you have in something that will appreciate in value instead of depreciate in value, like the dollar. So that's what we got there. Obviously the date, and I just added here the Bitcoin price and my credit score. So I put the Bitcoin price here, and then I put my credit score. So this is just like a tracker for my life, my financial life, you know. And so I have this printed up with 6 to a page, and so that's 6 months. So if you want to do it weekly, do it weekly. But basically, there's a link to this in the description. You take that link, and what you do is you save a copy. Right up here. Save a copy somewhere, because you can't edit it because it's mine, but you can save a copy. You can download this. I think there's a way to save a copy to your own. It might be different because I'm on my Google Docs. But anyway, so save a copy, print it out, and if you print it double-sided, then you have a whole year on one page. Or if you want to just cut them up and have little slips and write them up every month. I have a stack that I had handwritten before I printed this, that I made for 3 years before I printed this up. All right, so I do want to start looking at some X on the daily, and I am going to start bookmarking things. So a little something here we could do together. Okay. Oops, what happened here? And by all means, there's going to be some random stuff on here, so we're just going to go through it together and see what happens. There's still a lot of AI stuff permeating my feed. Okay, so here we are on the following. Let me refresh this real quick, and we'll go back up to the top. Hey, look, HODL Harmony's hosting. That's so great. Make sure you follow. All right, so Solo Satoshi, I am chasing a solo block. Like nothing else matters, basically. I've got four solo miners that are mining for a block, and so we're getting there. We're gonna get it. It's gonna happen at some point. I just turned one of my nerd Q axes over to the what is it? Parasite pool. Is that the one? There it is. So this, like I said, I'm just testing it out. This is the Parasite pool. They've been getting lots of blocks lately. Lots of blocks. They've been getting blocks lately. So I'm going to try and be a part of this. I don't recall exactly what we're going to find out what it's all about. All right, what is Parasite Pool all about? What makes it different? Because I was mining on my own node, and then when that went down, I switched to Brain's Pool, solo pool, because I pool mine with my Avalon Q. I make like $5 a day doing that. So I was like, oh, well, I trust them. Let's use this. So Parasite Pool is a relatively new Bitcoin mining pool launched in 2025 by ZK Shark. It targets home miners, plebs, and small-scale operators, especially people using devices like Bidax, NerdMiner, or other low-hash setups. So I have about 20 terahash a second on my mining farm, solo mining, and I have 90 to 100 terahash depending on what that thing is doing, my pool. And so once in a while, I like to point the Avalon Q at a solo pool just because they get some pretty good difficulties. So if you're not aware what's going on, your miner is mining away, getting a particular hash rate, and every 10 minutes it's trying to solve the Bitcoin block and get you the block, right? And so it gets difficulty levels. Every time it gets a good difficulty level, this is what this is, giving you the best difficulty, 4.6. And so I had a really good one right off the bat, 8.5 million, and this will grow over time. So as we see it, it'll grow and grow and grow. I think this one, let's see what the overall top for this one is. Hash Watcher is a really cool app. If you have any solo mining things, this is not sponsored. This is just me. I think I'm still using a free version. I should probably pay and get all the features that they have because it's really cool. And I just love the little blocks falling down. It's just like, those are my miners getting shares. So you can see I've got the Avalon Q getting 94 terahash, the Nano 3 over here getting 6 terahash, the Nerd QX getting 1.8, and then I put the other two Nerd Q++s, but I can only fit one of them, so I gotta pay so I can get all of my miners in here. But I got that one on the fridge getting 6.1, and you can see it's got some pretty good difficulties. Everybody is getting 37 Gs. Ooh. Avalon Q just got a good one, 37T. So when we get up to the P, that's when you get a block. When you hit that level of the difficulty, that's when you get a block, basically, because that's about where the difficulty is. It's like 1 or 2P or something like that. But anyway, that's what that is. We'll check in with that, and then let's try something here. It's been a while since we looked at this site, and it should be, I don't know. There she goes. Okay, this should be done. I haven't looked at it. Yes. Okay, I haven't looked at it in a while. My Bitcoin node is up and running, and it will not be going back down again. I have this future-proofed. I'm on a 2 terabyte hard drive, spinning disk hard drive, not a flash, not a SSD, on an actual hard drive. And by the way, if you've tried to buy computer components at any point this year, God bless you. Okay, more power to you. I have tried to not be buying computer components, but I just wind up buying them. But I'm buying computers and things like that because I'm running stuff. So we need to hook up the electors. And okay, so it's synchronized. Okay, I can get my Bitcoin stuff going again. All right, let's do this. So if you don't know what Umbrel is, this is a nice little tour of my Umbrel. So this is me. It's, like I said, it's got 2 terabytes. So we're only halfway there. It's, listen, block The blockchain of Bitcoin is what, 10, 15 years old, and it's 990, no, it's about 940-ish gigabytes. The electors node is another 60 or something like that. So yeah, we're looking at about 935 gigabytes for the entire Bitcoin blockchain. Now, when you sync up a node, it has to sync up every single block that has ever happened, because that's what you're doing, is you're getting the history, right? And I can go back and I can search through all this stuff and see what it's all about. And this is my node. So when I access my wallets, my hardware wallets, I do it through my node so that I'm not trusting or exposing anything to anybody else. It's just running to me. So this is super powerful. This is what makes you a self-sovereign Bitcoiner. And Umbrel makes it super easy. I just have this running on an old computer, nothing fancy. It does have 16 gigs of RAM, which is decent. It's about midway, like 8 gigs. I have a gaming PC with 8 gigs, and it just barely gets by. 16, we're doing all right. 32 even is not enough. Like, I bought 32 gigs of RAM last year for $90. It is now $300 for the same RAM. And yeah, it's just not enough. I'm trying to do some AI stuff on this computer, and it's just not enough. 32 gigs. Should have spent, $150 and got 64 gigs or whatever it was. But anyway, so this is what it takes to run a node. 16 gigabytes, 2 terabytes of storage, and I should be future-proof for the foreseeable future, which is great. And so now what I need to do, basically I don't need to do anything. I can hook up to the electors and I'm good to go. But I want to go a little step further and get some fun stuff. You can see there's all kinds of stuff in here. This is one thing I'm going to do so I can point my miners to my own node if I want to. But I'm happy with Parasite Pool right now. So there's a lot of different apps that you can get. You can run a pay server on your own computer that you can take lightning payments and things like that from your business. So if you're curious about any of this stuff and you have no idea how to get started, reach out to me. Link in the description for my Discord community. So come be a part of that. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to install Bitfeed. And it requires that it has this, and I already have it, so we're good. You see it's going to take just a second, maybe a few seconds. But basically, you're going to see, this is what I used to put on my live feed. And now I just use the regular Bitfeed, but now I can update it and point it back at my own node. Yeah, so that's cool. That's really cool. This is taking ownership of the Bitcoin blockchain. We'll let that do its thing, and we will check on it later. Or tomorrow. So anyway, I think that's about it. I just wanted to get in, get out. I've already gone way too long, but this is the first time I'm doing this, so I appreciate you. Yeah, see, I'm getting all these yep, basically. I don't know what to believe of all this. We're hanging it up. I don't know what this all means. But anyway, I'm gonna start going through there you go. There's a good one. What do you think? Bitcoin or VOO? I know I had a student who used to tell me all about VOO. He was a little financial guru. But yeah, anything that you can learn about and invest in, that's what you want to do. All right, so we're going to use this. We're going to come back over here for a minute and say goodbye. Boom. Boom. All right. I really appreciate you being here. This is really fun. Oh, my headphones are about to die. So anyway, this has been a midday market update with the Maestro. Midday Market Maestro Day. I should probably have time to do this tomorrow. So we'll see about that. And probably Wednesday too. And I'm going to try and come on here consistently every day and just be brief. This one was a little bit rambling, but that's all right. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you have a great day. I hope you're having a great day up to this point. Hope you'll have a great rest of your day. Hope this show will be a part of it. And I really thank you for being here. I'll ask you just a couple of things to help out the channel in our mission of growth. Number 1, hit that like button. Number 2, smash the subscribe. Number 3, poke the notification bell so you get notified whenever I put out new content. Number 4, share the show with everyone you know. That'll help us grow. For show. And yeah, a couple of things I'll ask of you to help humanity. Be kind to yourself. The person in the mirror is truly the only person who matters. Be respectful of other people, even if you think they don't deserve it. Be honorable to all earthlings, big and small. And your body is mostly water. Get your daily dose and stay hydrated. There's only one more thing left for you to do. If you've done all those things, and I know you haven't, there's only one thing left for you to do. If you've done all those things, this involves the multiverse, the universe, the solar system, multiverse, the universe, the galaxy, the solar system, the planet, and your country, your community, your city, your street, your block, your street, your house, your room. All of these people in all of these places could benefit from what I'm about to say. One thing left for you to do is have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. All right, we're gonna check out the chart on the way out. Thank you for stopping by, and I will see you tomorrow.